Hello everybody, this is Joshua Phillips for Living Reason. Today's video, is this a bad example? Just a brief comment on something I've noticed. This is not groundbreaking, but I hope it will help someone. The realization, I think, has helped me a little bit. Whenever you're using examples to explain concepts, whether that's in philosophy, which is what this channel tends to be doing, or explaining economic concepts, explaining mathematical ideas in a physical sort of sense. What I've noticed is that whenever examples are used, we're hoping that by providing a particular example, that it will make it easier for the person we're trying to explain something to grasp what we are trying to explain. So for instance, if I was discussing the sort of straightforward concept of profit margin, I might say, imagine I am selling apples, and it costs me about $2 to get a bag of apples to my apple stall. And I sell the bag of apples for $2.25. My profit margin is 25 cents per bag of apples. That hopefully is more helpful than just using abstract terms like the product which is being sold, all that. But there's two things I've noticed that can go wrong. One, you really want to pick an example that will hopefully be, straightforward, will maintain the focus on what you're talking about. So, it's easier to explain a basic profit cost concept using a basic notion of profit and cost. If you're talking about a sort of political observation, it helps to pick an example that is relatively uncontroversial and straightforward, which feeds into the second part of this observation. It's really easy when someone provides an example or tries to provide, a particular case they want to use as a reference point, to get really distracted by the particular content they chose, right? So I picked the Apple one. It's really easy if you're just having a regular conversation to hear that Apple example and suddenly start discussing like the best apple you ever had or something like that, or why is the computer company named after a fruit? I've always wondered. Tangent. But it's very easy when an example is used or in using examples to unintentionally, in fact, distract from the main idea as opposed to using the example to focus the main idea. And so on the one hand, you want to try to pick good examples that are not inflammatory, that are not going to actively drive people away from noticing. But secondly, if you're listening to someone's argument or listening to someone's presentation of ideas, or someone is using an anecdote to explain something they believe, or reference what kind of thing they're talking about, take a moment and before you criticize it or go after the example or dive into the example to think, am I taking their example, is it genuinely flawed? Do I genuinely need to break down the example? Or is it that I just need to see what they want me to focus on so that we can discuss whether the intended focus should be accepted, criticized, discussed further, etc. Thank you everybody for watching. I tried to cut the intro from the beginning of the video for a better experience. If you prefer that, please tell me in the comments. All the normal stuff, right? Like, share, subscribe. Facebook.com/livingreason. YouTube under the name Living Reason. I can be contacted through the pages, either one there. Thank you very much. If you appreciate the video, please like, share, subscribe, create devotional response videos about how wonderful the channel is, whatever you like. Just having some fun there. Please share the video if you liked it. Have a nice day, everybody.